So the other day, Trump signed an executive order in the White House, and the executive order had a number of different parts to it, but one of the most important parts is that he's cracking down on flag desecration, right? And how many times have you heard Trump say, we're going to punish that with a year in prison, a year in jail. If you burn the flag, a year in jail is what it's going to be. And so because Trump signed that executive order, you have a very patriotic American, a veteran, who went out in front of the White House and brought his flag, and he said, well, fuck you. Now I'm going to protest in favor of the Constitution, in favor of the First Amendment and free expression, and I'm going to burn this flag right here. So let's go ahead and play that. Here we go.
Wherever you feel that you may want to express yourself, there's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. The Archiesus in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress shall make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house. Do this for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants. That President Trump put forward today. According to that executive order, I should be in prison right now serving 1 year.
Oh, I step with the...
So we actually have more. Hold on. Here we go. This is from when he's getting arrested.
Brothers and sisters, immigrants are receiving probably a lot better. Very well. Not surprising seeing as I'm a middle-aged white man.
He just took his phone, trying to unlock it.
Jan. Yeah, I know it's... What? That's right.
Why is he being arrested, sir? Why is he being arrested?
Why is he detained?
Can you answer that? Scared to answer it? Why is he being detained?
Being detained because I expressed my First Amendment rights in a public area, not causing any danger, or causing no danger to anybody. Simply expressing my rights. As a U.S. citizen and a retired disabled combat veteran who served this country faithfully for over 20 years.
Can anyone present to me why is he being detained? Please? He's earned the right to his First Amendment. Why is he being detained?
This president and his lackeys do not believe in the First Amendment right. You simply burn a flag within, what, a 2-foot circle on brick, and you get detained.
They can't tell you why you're detained. Broken the law.
What is your name?
We're going to walk down this way. All right.
Jay, think about remembering your oath. Yes, remember your oath. Active and prior military. Your oath does not expire. You will defend this United States and the Constitution for all enemies, foreign and domestic.
What a sick joke, man. What a sick joke this is that they arrested this guy. Same day Trump signs the executive order cracking down on flag desecration. Look, again, I want to repeat this. I never want to hear ever again from the right that they believe in free speech. This is viewed as like the landmark free speech case, which, by the way, it was 1989 that the Supreme Court said it is political speech to burn a flag in protest. That is political speech. In fact, here's what conservative Justice Antonin Scalia, who, by the way, is beloved by the right, here's what he said about flag burning and the First Amendment and the Constitution.
If I were king, I would not allow people to go about burning the American flag. However, we have a First Amendment which says that the right of free speech shall not be abridged, and it is addressed in particular to speech critical of the government. I mean, that was the main kind of speech that tyrants would seek to suppress. Burning the flag is a form of expression. Speech doesn't just mean written words or oral words. It could be semaphore. Burning a flag is a symbol that expresses an idea. I hate the government is unjust, whatever.
If you're not sure, then in the end, and no one knows the Constitution better than you do, doesn't it come down to your personal interpretation of the Constitution? If it isn't clear-cut, which it clearly isn't, you in the end have to make an opinion, don't you?
Well, don't forget this person has to be convicted by a jury of 12 people who unanimously have to find that he was inciting to riot. So, it's not all up to me. It would be up to me to say that there was not enough evidence for the jury to find that, perhaps. But ultimately, the right of jury trial is the protection.
So even the hard-right Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia said flag burning is protected political speech. You might not like it. In fact, you might hate it. But nobody's getting physically hurt. And this is somebody is saying, hey, I really am opposed to what this government is doing. And it's the first thing that tyrants will go after is any speech critical of them. And that's exactly what's happening here. I think every single officer who arrested this man, I think they should be fired. I think if you are out there and you are supposed to be upholding the law and keeping everybody safe, well, what do you call it when you don't even know the law? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. You don't even know the law. And so you're arresting people for expressing their First Amendment rights. That'd be no different than somebody going up there right in front of the White House and saying, fuck Trump, he's a piece of shit. And then you arrest him because he said, fuck Trump, he's a piece of shit. There's no difference between that and the fact that he safely burned a flag there, not inciting a riot, nothing like that, and you arrest him. So that's unforgivable as far as I'm concerned. It drives me crazy that you could have people who theoretically are supposed to be law enforcement officials, and you don't even know the law. Isn't that like a prerequisite to be a law enforcement official? And then you have all the National Guard and Marines and all these fucking federal Gestapo standing around and watching. What is this country becoming? And that's why he was saying at the end, he was saying, remember your oath, remember your oath. Yeah, remember your oath. What the fuck are you guys doing? So now there's 100 of you guys out here to round up people who are doing something that is 100% constitutionally protected. I mean, it's a sick joke. It's absolutely pathetic. It's absolutely disgusting. And I hate when we have to refight battles that we already won. We already won this battle. And now the right just pretends like we didn't. Trump just pretends like we didn't, and he just plows ahead. It's like, bro, this was settled in fucking 1989. What are we doing? You're just pretending like that didn't happen. Because you either don't know about it or you don't care, and you're just going to do what you want anyway, even though we have case law on this and we know what the correct answer is. And this is what you get from a regime that despises free speech. Don't get it twisted, y'all. There's nothing Trump hates more than freedom. Because if you are free, you're allowed to criticize him. You're allowed to mock him. You're allowed to disagree with him. You're allowed to put him in his place. You're allowed to not fucking genuflect at the same time all the other idiots around us are genuflecting. Well, he doesn't like that shit. He hates that shit. And this is what you get from somebody who's always been an enemy of the First Amendment, which is why Trump was suing people over polls he didn't like. And he's suing CBS for how it edited a Kamala interview. And he threatens to de-license news outlets on a regular basis. Right? This is a guy who sued Bill Maher over a joke before he was president. He sued CNN for $475 million because they called his election lies the big lie. They're rounding up pro-Palestine protesters. And every single one of these things alone would be a scandal. Every single one of these things alone would bring down a Democratic president because the right would be all in saying, you hate the First Amendment, you hate free speech, you're a tyrant, you need to fucking step down. For Trump, this is just a day that ends in Y, and nobody cares. Nobody says anything. You're not going to get any sanctimonious rants about free speech and cancel culture from Ben Shapiro or Dave Rubin or any of these assholes. They'll just act like it didn't happen. Or they'll support it. Say, oh, it's unpatriotic to burn the flag and we're patriotic. We love America and these people hate America. It's like, what does that even mean? Obviously, if you burn the flag, what you're saying is, I disagree with this policy that we're doing. We need to not do that policy. which implies, hey, the country would be better if we didn't do this thing. So if you burn the flag, what you're saying is, I still have hope to try to make this country better. And this is my way of saying things have to change. Right? Would you make that argument? If somebody burned the flag back when we had slavery, and they said, I'm burning this flag to protest slavery, would the reaction be, oh, you just hate America? No, they're trying to make America better. Something conservatives would know nothing about because all they do is try to make America worse on a daily fucking basis. And that's what's happening. So shout out to that guy. I don't know his name. If you know his name, put it in the comment section below. But he's an American hero. He's a patriot. And as he said, now even the fact that he's a white guy, a middle-aged white guy, even that doesn't protect him. Right? He's like, oh, I'm being treated okay. Like, I'm not being beat up. If it was a black guy or a Hispanic guy or whatever, they probably would have been fucking beaten up. Right? But even the fact that he's a middle-aged white guy now, you're still going to get arrested. Because these thugs are enforcing Trump's ridiculous fucking, his ridiculous executive order saying no more burning of the flag. Oh, man. We have to go back and relearn the most basic lessons because these people are intent on not learning them, not knowing them, and not caring. And that's totally unacceptable. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.